Turn 1, this is a new tournament game, round 4 of the 2017 PBEM Duel tournament. I'm playing against a Lobo, who I never played before, and I decided to play Warlord because the classes I can still play are Necromancer, Sorcerer, Theocrat and Warlord. I already played Rogue, Archdruid and Dreadnought. So I decided to play Warlord, and then I hesitated between two races. One was Halfling and the other was Tigran. I tested Halfling in a game, two test games actually, and I discovered it was very difficult. Even though we boosted it with balance mode, I think it's too risky for me to play Halfling because I'm not yet used to it. So I'm probably going to train it more. But at this stage I don't want to play Halfling. So instead I'm playing Tigran, and I decided to go for an expansion build, which may not work in a duel, but on the tournament size map, which is a bit bigger and a small map, but I think it may work. And I don't expect Lobo to be too aggressive, we will see. And even if I cannot expand as much as I want, as a Warlord I have ways to defend with raised militia and producing units directly at my base. So I chose Expander for the additional growths and Grey Guard Master, because with Grey Guard Master you get Flourishing Balance, which is very good. Especially Golden Balance, which gives +5 gold if you're neutral, and it's very good with Tigran, who already has +5 gold for each city as a racial trait, and I've got +50 population with Flourishing Balance, so that's also good and combines well with Expander. Also, as Grey Guard Master, I've got some nice tools to deal with Necromancer, and I've got a very good strategic spell with Grey Guard Master, which is, I don't remember the name, but the spell that gives bonuses in defense and resistance across the board to all my units. So, +10 gold at this stage, and later on when I will be able to get racial governance upgrade, I will also get more gold. So cheaper settlers, and then +10 gold for each observatories. So I'm going to build observatories, obviously. But on the short term I need to get a builder's hall and a settler, and then I already have a site here to put my settler with a nice great farm and a gold mine. But I don't have a third site, which is a bit strange, but still I think it's a good site to expand because I will get +10 gold anyway thanks to my bonuses, and I also got a great farm at my throne, so I'm growing quite quickly. I would like to rush the builder's hall to get a settler as fast as possible, but I have only 293 happiness and not more than 300, so if I rush I'm going to lose some income, and I think it's not really worth it at this stage, so I may rush the settler instead, but not the builder's hall. I hope I won't regret this choice, but my first hero was a Dreadnought and a Halfling, so I decided to start on the ground. Tigran can start both on the ground and above ground, and I tend to play a lot on the ground, so I decided to start on the ground. And I'm expecting a Lobo to be on the surface, so it will give me more space to expand. And they have night vision, Tigran, so it's not a problem to be on the ground. And they have Baron running, and this is quite nice. So for instance here I'm moving at 3 movement points per X, so I'm moving quite fast. And I can also expand above ground if I find some cave entrance and some nice stuff above ground. So I ask for another hero type, and we will see what I get. And next I will probably go here and clear this stuff. I didn't clear the mana node at this stage because I've got -1 resistance as Tigran, and I'm quite wary of these sites with the wisps. Last time I played Tigrans, I think it's the third time I played Tigrans, and on the previous occasions I lost my cheetahs quite quickly. So I really want to be cautious and learn from Alex Stormrage, who plays Tigrans quite well. He played Tigrans with me on the same team, and I saw and he plays it quite well, even though I didn't check the details of his fights, so I'm not sure how he did it. But I saw he did quite well with cheetahs. So I did 2 fights, and the first one was against the Great Farm, because I wanted to get the extra unit to be able to do the second site next. Without the hero, it's a bit difficult to do these sites early on, but I was quite cautious and it went okay, even though I got charmed by the bard, and my split didn't work. I wanted to split them with this cheetah and splitting the boar, because I was quite afraid of the boar, but didn't work. And so I stayed out of range main of the boar and killed this adventurer with the sun spear, which is very nice because you can then guard, and my warlord. But then and I put the 2 cheetahs out of range of the bard because they have low resistance. But then I got charmed with 24% chance, so not very lucky. But my 2 units were not adjacent. I had paid attention to that they are not adjacent, and the sun spear is already used, so the risks are minimal for my leader. Then I didn't move very cleverly. I should have probably moved there and I would have been able to kill the bard more efficiently, but I sent 2 cheetahs to damage the bard and then finish it, which released my chariot, and then I killed the adventurer, and he didn't get lucky. And then the boar, so my last cheetah cannot go and join the fight, and the boar attacks me, and but I checked the damage he does are quite low because he has really low damage output. And then I just flank to be able to finish with my leader to get some experience, because I want him to get to level 2 as fast as possible. Field medic, and then I did this fight. So I was careful not to move in range of the Swarm Darter, who could do a lot of damage to my cheetahs, and the chariot was low HP, and I used Berserker on the Swarm Darter, and it worked. So my spells, I have Death March, which is not really useful as a starting spell, but it means I also have Scout Death March, which is a new spell introduced by the balance mode in version 1.22, because we are playing with balance mode version 1.22. And I have Dread Siege, which is also quite useless. I may use Scout Death March, we will see. And then I've got Berserk and Shoot of Intimidation, which are bad starting spells in my opinion, but I'm not a very good Warlord player. It's only the 3rd time I play Warlord. I would have preferred to have Last Stand, for instance. And then I've got nothing as strategic Empire upgrade, sorry. So in terms of research, I'd like to get War Effort to get more gold, and I'd like to get Root Pioneer to get more stuff through Expander, but I cannot really go for this because I really need to move fast to make sure a Lobo cannot rush me and kill me. So Raise Militia, Produce Berserker are my priority, and I want to get some Berserkers up very fast because they're very, very good as Tigran. Tigran Berserker have puns. But at the same time I have shit spells to begin with, and so I will have a lot of mana. So I'm going for Last Stand because it's a very, very good combat spell, and I'm probably going to cast it once or twice every turn, once I have it. And then I'm probably going to go for Raised Militia and Berserker, or maybe War Effort, we will see. But definitely War Effort will be a big part of my strategy to get plus 20 gold per city, and cheap settlers, and expand very fast. And then as soon as I can, I should get some labs and observatories to benefit from the G2, and get some fast research. So then I will go there and clear the stuff and get another area to settle. Maybe do this, but it will be difficult because it will be units using elemental damage, which are good against my Tigrans who have -1 resistance. So the plan for this game is to get Berserker as soon as possible, and then produce some Berserkers, use them to good advantage in manual tactical fights against the AI, get a strong Warlord, then get some Monster Hunters for good mobility on the surface, find a Lobo and kill him as soon as possible, while I expand at my base for the later game. We will see how it goes. As I said, I'm not a pro Warlord player, but I hope it will be okay. I didn't want to use my best class because next round, if I win, I play against Dark Rider. See you next turn.